The man simply bought the little girl a $2 ice cream. The next second, the man's bank account suddenly had an extra $20,000. All of this started to happen half an hour earlier. The man had originally been eating in a restaurant. A little girl suddenly ran out and called the man Dad. The man initially wanted to take the little girl to the police station. Just then, a mysterious system suddenly appeared in front of the man. The system, to reward the man's kindness, made the man and the little girl enter into a contract. As long as he spent money on the little girl, the system would cash back 10,000 times the amount into the man's account. The man immediately took the little girl out for wild spending. First, he took the little girl to a high-end children's clothing store. The sales clerk saw that the man's clothes looked too shabby and mocked that the man couldn't afford a single item there. Unexpectedly, the next second, the man pulled out his bank card and bought every item in the store. The man spent several $1 million, but his bank account instantly increased by tens of billions of dollars. He then took the little girl to a jewelry store. Holding a megaphone, he loudly announced to everyone that any jewelry the little girl liked, he would buy at 1,000 times the price. The little girl didn't hold back at all and started crazily buying the jewelry she liked. The jewelry store clerks were extremely surprised. They had never seen anyone so wealthy. Half an hour later, the man's bank account already contained trillions of dollars. The man asked the little girl what she wanted to buy next. The little girl thought carefully for a moment and surprisingly said she wanted to buy stocks. At that moment, the man did not know that the little girl's mother was actually a CEO on the brink of bankruptcy. The mother's company had lost a lot of money. The innocent little girl believed that if she bought her mother's company's stock, she could save her mother's company. The man's eyes lit up instantly because stocks would definitely cash back even more money. He immediately hired a professional team to buy stocks for him. The man had only one order: to follow the little girl's instructions. Whatever stock the little girl liked, everyone on the team must buy that stock without considering any monetary cost. But the little girl couldn't understand stocks at all. She was just randomly pointing. So they bought a lot of junk stocks. But to the professional team's surprise, the stocks the little girl had picked suddenly began to rise. Within just 1 hour, the numbers in the man's bank account started climbing crazily. He had become the new richest person in the world. Just then, the system suddenly popped up a notification, revealing that the man's wealth had reached the limit, and the system decided to shut down automatically. But the man had already accumulated wealth that would last several lifetimes. All of this was thanks to the little girl in front of him. He asked the little girl if she had any other wishes now. The little girl simply said she was hungry and wanted to eat. The man immediately decided to take the little girl to a big meal. But as soon as they walked out of the stock exchange's front door, a luxury car suddenly stopped in front of the man. A beautiful woman got out of the car. It turned out she was the little girl's mother. The beautiful woman immediately grabbed the little girl. She angrily scolded the little girl for sneaking out of the house. She had spent a lot of money to find the little girl's whereabouts. The little girl said she had come to find her father. The beautiful woman then noticed the man standing beside them. She was extremely surprised. It turned out that years ago, the beautiful woman had once gotten drunk and unintentionally had a sweet date with the man. The man was also very shocked, not expecting that the little girl really was his daughter. He immediately said he would take responsibility for the beautiful woman, but the beautiful woman looked down on the man. Because there was no love between them at all, it was just a past event, and the man had no money and could not provide a good life for the woman and the little girl. The man was about to explain to the beautiful woman that he already had money when the woman's phone suddenly interrupted their conversation. It turned out the beautiful woman had a younger sister. The beautiful woman had no status in her family, and everyone preferred the sister. Now the company was close to bankruptcy, and the sister had actually organized an auction, and the auction item was the beautiful woman herself. The beautiful woman thought this was absurd. Her sister was simply crazy, she thought. She immediately abandoned the man and took the little girl to stop her sister. Meanwhile, the man hired a secretary, instructing the secretary to prepare a generous gift because he wanted to go personally to explain everything to the beautiful woman. On the other side, the beautiful woman and the little girl had already arrived at the auction venue. The beautiful woman questioned her sister why she was holding an auction. The sister reacted with great disdain. She believed it was her honor if a tycoon was willing to buy the beautiful woman. This would both solve the company's financial crisis and help the beautiful woman find a husband. The beautiful woman felt her dignity had been insulted. She angrily insulted her sister as despicable and shameless. Unexpectedly, the sister ordered bodyguards to seize the beautiful woman. The little girl tried to rescue her mother, but the bodyguards knocked her to the ground. She took the chance to secretly send a message to her father. At the same time, the man in his car received the girl's emergency text and immediately drove to the auction. Meanwhile, on the other side, a tycoon finally bought the beautiful woman at an auction price of $200 million. But the beautiful woman did not intend to submit. Just as the tycoon decided to assault the beautiful woman, the man arrived on the scene in time. He directly slapped the sister across the face, then looked at all the tycoons present and vowed to make those tycoons pay a heavy price.